How to properly handle CA2211 warning for non-constant static fields in C# WinForms. Understanding the problem. In a WinForms project, declaring a static field that is assigned in an instance constructor can lead to the compiler in code analysis warning CA2211, non-constant fields should not be visible. For example, while this makes my title accessible as main window.myTitle elsewhere, it triggers warnings because static fields belong to the type, not the instance. Assigning static fields inside an instance constructor can cause unexpected behavior. The field is mutable and publicly accessible, which is discouraged. Removing static produces errors elsewhere because you lose the ability to access the field without an instance reference. Why CA2211 warning occurs. Static fields are shared across all instances. Assigning them in each instance constructor means the field's value depends on which instance is constructed last, leading to confusing behavior. Public mutable static fields create global state, which reduces code clarity and thread safety. Correct approaches to manage such data. 1. Use a static property with controlled access and initialization. Instead of a public mutable static field, use private static backing field and expose it via a public static read-only property. Initialize the static field in a static constructor or a dedicated method. Though still assigning static data from an instance, this pattern encapsulates the field and suppresses CA2211. 2. Assign static data in a static constructor. If the static data can be derived from a static context or constant value, initialize it in a static constructor. Three. Avoid static fields for instance-specific data. If the value depends on a particular form instance, like text that changes for different windows, do not use static fields. Instead, use instance properties. Pass values explicitly between classes. Example. Four. Use static counters or aggregate data properly. There are valid cases for mutable static fields, like tracking instance counts. This pattern uses increment-only static data and encapsulates modification. Summary. Do not assign static fields from instance constructors. Prefer immutable static properties or static constructors. Use instance properties if data is instance-specific. Encapsulate static fields with private backing to avoid CA2211 warnings. Ensure static data is modified carefully to avoid confusing behavior. By following these guidelines, you prevent CA2211 warnings, reduce bugs related to improper static usage, and write clearer, safer WinForms applications.